So you see here, you can switch around and you see, so it's like bass drum, snare drum, toms, hat, cymbals. So yeah, you just need something on there, basically. I've been working here in my studio for about 4 years now. I built it to exactly suit the kind of projects that I do, the way that I like to work. Okay, so which notes are in your scale? A, B flat, an F, and a D. The key thing with the actual design of the studio is having like a big control room that could accommodate a whole mob of people. And then I wanted everything to be set up so that you could just grab stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to actually do a day where we just all put ourselves together in the room with absolutely no plan. All right. You hear us?
Sounds perfect now.
Okay, cool. Could you give us a bit more blattery? I kind of wanted to try recording everything through all the Focusrite ISA stuff. So we had an 828, which I've been using for years and I love. We had a 428 Mark II in as well, and then the classic 430 Mark II. So basically that gave us a ton of microphone inputs, a ton of line inputs, instrument inputs, and then with the 430, the ability to go a bit deeper. Cool, man.
That was kind of a little bit more spacey, you know.
Here it comes. The reason that I use the 828 in my studio pretty much every day is it's got a really small footprint, but it's hugely functional. So you can have a whole bunch of synths plugged into all the line inputs, a whole bunch of microphones around the room plugged into all the mic inputs, and then you've got the instrument inputs on the front. So if you suddenly decide you need like some weird random bizarre instrument from the other room, a little electronic toy keyboard or something, come in, smack it on the desk, and then plug it straight into the instrument inputs. In a way, it's like the net that I use to bring all the sounds into the computer. I'm just going to run you a different loop, but with the bass line still.
Okay.
The other interesting thing with the 828 is it's got like a really broad sweet spot. There's some more like classic, well-known preamps and line amps and stuff like that that sound awesome, you know, in a very small range, and it's just one extra thing to worry about. So if we're trying to do something, especially like today, where we're just being really spontaneous, there's a whole mob of people around, and you can't just get everyone to like be quiet while you spend 20 minutes getting something just so. You can trust these boxes that you go and press the buttons, turn it up, and just hit go. Yeah, let's get a bunch of noodles, and then we'll hit that like specifically at the end. Just give me a yell if you need your mix change. The ISA console was the absolute pinnacle of a large format analog engineering. The original designers were like aiming to make the best analog stuff ever. When you start with that attitude, that carries through. So that foundation is there, but then there's been just a couple of extra useful things that have really made them work in the modern studio situation. You have things like ease of switching between sources, you have really nice control over broad and fine sweeps of gain. The mic impedance is a great thing to play with. On the 430 Mark II as well, just like that extra mic air, just kind of, you know, you have some nice ways to shape the sound that's going in without doing anything too heavy-handed. The way that I tend to produce artists or record artists is I want to be as spontaneous as possible and have them thinking as little as possible about the fact that they're in the studio. So definitely having that kind of engineering standard in the ISO rack mount stuff in the 828, 428, just having that kind of bulletproof reliability, not just reliability, but the kind of sonic excellence, the standards, are really critical parts of my work now.